ஹலோ, நான் உள்ள வந்துட்டேனே, ஆடியோ வரலைங்களா? ஒரு ஆடியோ வரலையாண்டா? இதுல ஏதாவது பிரச்சனையா? ஹலோ, இல்லப்பா. ஹலோ 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 ஹலோ. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Start பண்ணலாமா சார்? ஓகே சார், ஓகே ஓகே சார், ஓகே தேங்க்யூ. Good afternoon to one and all present here today for the webinar on global emotions towards COVID-19. Before starting with the webinar, I would like to thank the management of discussion at this time of crisis, where all of us are depressed and all of us are very upset and we are confused and we really do not know where we are heading towards. At this point of time, the management has taken an initiative to organize such thing. So I really appreciate the Department of BBA of RAJAPALAYAM RAJUS for having organized this event. Second thing, I thank the organizers for inviting me to give this talk on global emotions towards. The third, participants who are here amidst us. Today, all the 7 days look like working days or all the 7 days look like a holiday. The differentiation between the working days and the holidays are completely gone. Hello? Presentation? இல்ல இப்ப presentation screenல தெரியலையா? Okay. இப்ப பாருங்க சார். Presentation I'm presenting to all now. Yeah, Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon. Now we are starting with the topic global emotions towards COVID-19. So this is one of the technical hiccup which we are having now, which we are facing these days for continuous online transactions or online internet that we are having on these previous days. That we are really facing a challenge where the technical issues are always there. So I started today. Thank you very much for being so. I'm Dr.K.R.Sowmya, Rajalakshmi. I'm basically a HR person, and I'm here to discuss about global emotions on COVID-19. Okay, COVID-19. Month of November 2019, we could say rightly, because this hit the countries it hit the country China, and it is real global anomaly. The word corona, the world is pronouncing today every morning. Everybody is using or talking about something called as corona, and this is inevitable. We know very well this corona has become a part and parcel of our lives very soon, whether we like it or not. And the magnitude of the spread of COVID-19 from the month December 2000 until it is big. Say imagine that the world was so small, and one small thing which started in the Wuhan from one lady who was a bronze seller, come to really imagine this. We have not thought of something like this so far. So it is called as mother of all disruptions. Second thing, in January 2020, the World Health Organization declared the new called COVID-19 to health of infants. WHO that there will be something, a disease which has hit the market, hit the world, and it is going to be a real health emergency. Then on 11th March 2020, the organization they made the assessment that it can be characterized as a pandemic. A pandemic which affects the entire world. Okay, so 11th March 2020, and spread, the enormous spread of COVID-19 within those 3 to 4 months. Then, the severe outbreak of COVID-19, it has affected many countries across the world, and it has disrupted in explain how much we are being affected. We have never thought of this kind of lifestyle in so many years of our lives. We have not come across something like this. Like, for example, we have come across floods, we have come across rains, we have come across various other calamities. But a calamity, I mean, a global pandemic where the medicine is yet not found. We don't know how to stop it. Such kind of destruction is really so it is depend on all this. The next is the most affected economies of the world with this coronavirus are the European Union, the US, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Vietnam, Italy, according to the and we are also staying in tune with the affected all these countries. And only we are also getting affected with global higher scale on the people who are affected by coronavirus. Then US also declared the outbreak and banned it from travel from European nations. So this was one of the emotions that US towards the European nations to stop coming to their country because of the various trade reasons that they were attached to. Then the European countries, they were really affected tremendously because of the what do you say, tourists in the countries for the past 6 months, and all their business is being lost. And amidst what do you say, this corona virus being affected, they are also affected without the tourists. Slightly showing what do you say? They are neither too sad, they are not too happy. Mindset that what do you say? Like they feel happy and they feel sad, but they're really stressed. But like our country, the lockdowns are working there. Where people were not able to stay at home and they were not ready to stay indoors like us. And therefore, they are getting affected at one end, and the increased rate of the affected people are increasing. Okay. So this is the latest status of coronavirus today globally. As these many cases globally, and up to 4 lakh have been reported as on yesterday. So this is the status of corona. Okay. Now, when we look at, I've just given you a brief about what is the status of this COVID-19, which has suddenly come up from December 2019. It was being announced as coronavirus in the month of
Ma'am, hello
January
ma'am.
2020. Then it was announced
Ma'am,
in
hello
the
ma'am. Ma'am, audio is not clear.
in the month of March 2020. And by end of the year,
Ma'am,
various global economies are being affected by this COVID-19.
ma'am, audio is not clear.
This is what we and suddenly affecting everybody, irrespective of our our thoughts of life, our ways of life, the countries we belong to, the religions we belong to, the regions that we stay in, various things across everything. This coronavirus has just forged into the lives of everybody, and it is affecting the people. So it has definitely taken or it has really tried, it has made its impact by affecting the emotions of the people. So that part of it only we will be discussing. So just to, before going into the emotions, I wanted to tell you what COVID-19, the brief was, preliminary information. So we will continue with the emotions. Feelings that are directed at someone or something. Emotions are private experiences, what each person feels. And we feel nowadays, how the people of the various countries feel nowadays towards COVID-19. So this is what a person experiences or person is feeling towards someone or something. So here we are talking about the coronavirus towards which the people are showing emotions. Infer observable behavior associated with the emotion. This kind of emotion which has really, which is the emotions nowadays are being actually reciprocated according to the impact of corona in the diseases of there. So we emotions are nothing but intense feelings directed at someone or something. Okay. Categories of emotions. There are two categories. Here, dear friends, I should really stay in line with you, saying that like most of us here maybe academicians, and we must be aware of these topics. A common topic of emotions, there might be people who do not fall on the same girls for which we are talking about the very preliminary aspects of emotions as well. Okay. So emotions are divided into two categories. One is the primary emotions and the secondary emotions. The primary emotions are the real emotions that we primarily feel, and based on that, the secondary emotions are the outcomes that we show. That we based on the primary emotions that we feel. The love, joy, anger, sadness, surprise, fear. Generally, whenever we say, we could actually talk about 64 kinds of emotions, but the primary emotions that we talk are these six emotions. There is not, just imagine if you did not have these words to express feeling. So your feeling is love or joy or anger or sadness or surprise or fear. So in COVID-19, we could say what we are feeling now is the fear. The next thing is the primary emotion. Here, the various secondary emotions are passion, optimism, irritation, disgust, shame, and nervousness. So, fear is a primary emotion which we are relating to with respect to COVID-19. Give way to the nervousness that, I mean, which we are. So, is happening. We are forced to accept it and we are forced to react to it in some way or the other. There are two types, positive human emotions and negative human emotions. So, positive emotions is we have to think in a positive way, and negative emotions is we have to think of things in a negative manner. Okay. So, our emotions and we have come across COVID-19 from December 2019. We became very much aware and it has started affecting us from the month of March. Lockdowns have started, the quarantines have started, and it will be definitely abnormal if we won't go we have so many lockdowns so far in our lives, in our generations, we should say. And the quarantine is a hell of a deal. And even now, you have realized if you go to some shop, if they are keeping that instrument to diagnose on you, you have coronavirus. If you go to a supermarket, if they are putting the instrument on your you have, you are freezing. I feel I'm I feel a freeze. Fearful feeling is what is existing among everybody these days. So this kind of emotional aspect has brought in a lot of disorders in the this COVID-19 has suddenly brought in a lot in terms of medical and economic emergency. We must be knowing medical emergency. That is the prime, the foremost emergency at this particular point of time, where everybody is affected due to the. At the same time, we should definitely say that we are having a lot of challenges when we talk about only on the other diseases has been which is happening over these years are not being given importance to. They are advised not to come to hospital. They are advised to take care of themselves at the home itself. So, like this kind of problem has come up, and the healthcare they are the and they are also being and out at home, they are also are requested to be on quarantine, which is all very big challenge actually. But beyond this, medical emergencies, where there is no medicine, there is no medicine of cure of this disease. So it is a real emergency, where even our country has exported a lot of medicines to countries, and where even developed countries are really struggling a lot to cope up with the various kind of medical emergencies that come up due to this sudden coronavirus. And the issues that we are facing, like there is no bedding facility, no hospital facility, and things like that for the patients. And ICUs are being converted into wards where the patients can be admitted, and where the patients are quarantined, asked to quarantine at home itself, to stay for 14 weeks separately and take care of themselves. So lot of challenges are involved in this particular medical emergency. So when this medical emergency is one major emergency, where even the major diseases, like when we generally talk about a major disease, we can talk about something called as a cancer. When cancer you talk about, if people are diagnosed by cancer, if they are going on their treatment, they have been asked not to come to the hospitals because they are more, they are vulnerable to get affected by this COVID-19 because they are more weak in their immune system, and they will get attacked by this kind of disease even further down. So their treatments are being stopped. The hospitals are concentrating on COVID-19. So they are not able to treat even the cancer patients. For example, if the cancer patients have been on chemotherapy, 4 to 5 cycles of chemotherapy, they are not able to go to the sixth or the seventh cycle because of this particular dramatic situation that has come inside. So medical emergency is a major emergency that the country faces nowadays. The next is social society itself. We are talking about social distancing. They say we have to maintain social distancing. We're not supposed to go out. We're not supposed to travel. Four people in a car should not travel. Two people in a bike should not travel. Then the distances have to be maintained in the bus, and so many things like this. So, and we also say social distancing has to be practiced. But in reality, practicing of social distancing and educating people to practice social distancing has become a very big challenge. It is not that easy as we expected. So social emergency is one thing which is continuously canvassing people, telling people to wear masks, to wash their hands, to use hand sanitizers. Where wearing masks, the masks and the hand sanitizers were sold at 10 times the cost, where the government itself could not do anything to stop the sellers from exploiting their customers. And they could not buy, even the people could still were not able to get enough masks and enough hand sanitizers for their requirement in the market. So that is also coming under social emergency. The government tried to bring in a lot of masks and so many things for the cost of 10 rupees, but the quality is very poor. The size is not fitting. So various issues like that. Then the masks are supposed to be not used very frequently. It has to be replaced every now and then. So how many people will do this? And imagine the rural areas where who will go and educate them about this? And what happened to our minister who went around now educating everybody? Now he just passed away the last week on due to this COVID-19. So which means the people who are going and canvassing also are having the threat of being exposed to coronavirus, and they also lose their lives according to that. So the rural people, it is even more difficult for them, and to make them understand what is happening is going to be is a real challenge. The next thing, the Prime Minister is addressing the common public every now and then what has to be done, which is a real big, appreciable thing, which has not happened in all our previous years of Prime Ministers, where they come and talk to the public and tell the public what has to be done. Who tells in advance at 9 o'clock I will address the public, at 8 o'clock I will address the public, and gives them, tells them what has to be done and so many things. It's all an appreciable aspect. This shows they're standing together in fighting against the disease emotionally. We are fighting against this disease emotionally. Emotions, they play a very big role in whatever it is that is happening in the world. Third one is economic emergency. The lockdowns, the quarantines, the lockdowns, the shutdowns of the organizations, It has just shattered the economic conditions of the country. It has taken our country 10 years back in the economic situation, and it has really brought a lot of emergency to the country, which has to be now looked upon after the recovery, after the recovery or during the recovery period of our COVID-19. Okay. So this impact of COVID-19 on mental health. So when we talk about all this, the mental health of the people is something which is really causing a lot of issues, and people are finding a lot of difficulties in coping with COVID-19. So when we talk about emotions, emotions is what actually is affecting the people very badly. Like we react in a way according to the emotion that we feel. And the emotions that we feel makes you show a particular mood or whatever it is. So whatever you are feeling, you are expressing it as a different kind of problems, and that affects your mental health very badly. So what are the various things that could, because of this COVID-19, that could really affect your mental health will be adjustment issues. We are unused to such kind of lockdown, work from home opportunity, work online opportunities, and staying at home continuously. And all these things have brought in lot of adjustment issues at home. And it has brought lot of, what do you say, lot of stress among the people within the same family. We say it is a big opportunity to stay with the family members, but at the same time, it has become a high pressure to meet the peer level pressure at the home itself, not able to get along with one another. It has led to a lot of issues between the people in the, at homes itself. The next is insomnia, sleeplessness. Our working practices have changed. Either we get up early in the morning, or do we sleep very late night, do we see what watch movies late night, or we work at odd times from home since it is only work from home. And so the sleeplessness, and we are always bothered. We do not know where this COVID-19 is going to lead us to. We do not know when the organizations are going to open up. We do not know whether we will really get back to the routine way of living, whether we will really have our jobs when we go back, and are we getting our salaries on time? Are we getting full salaries? Will we really get our salary next month? So many thoughts. We are with insomnia, sleeplessness, restlessness due to this particular COVID-19. Then anxiety. We show abnormal behavior. Either we show an extreme abnormal behavior, extremity of depression, extremity of shouting, crying, yelling at home, yelling at the partner at home, yelling at the children at home. We are not used to having children, to being with the grandparents and everybody at home. And we are working from home throughout the whole day. People in the house are not able to watch TV. If you want to go sit inside the room and watch TV, you will not be getting, inside the room and work, you will not be getting signal for you to work properly. So you may have to sit in the hall and work, where the people at home are being affected due to this particular setup which is being disturbed at home. The routine at home is being disturbed, and that leads to a lot of anxiety from all people. The children get anxiety, they behave very abnormally. The wife gets upset, she gets pressurized from all ends as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter in law, and so many ways. So, anxiety, that really is one big thing, because see, for housewives only when the husband moves out, and for the children when they move out to school, they have some time for themselves, which is not there nowadays. Now they are working 24 hours, all the 24 hours they are working. You must be facing it in your own house. And that too, for working women it is pathetic. They are housewives, they are mothers, and they are also working. So they are doing all the three roles, and there's really to a lot of anxiety for these people. So this leads to again depression. You are upset. You are upset. You don't know what to do. You are depressed, and this again with the same query, how it is going to, where all this is going to lead towards. When all this is going to come to an end. And see, children are so excited. They want to go back to school. When is the school reopening? We can't stay at home anymore. That kind of situation is for the children. So they want to go back. The employees who are working, they feel so insecure. They want to get back to work. Will I have my work? Will I have my job for me? Will I lose my job? I have to get back to my job very quickly. So that kind of depression they have got into. The employers, they are very depressed. They do not know how to go about the business. They have to at one end pay the employees as well as they have to at one end they do not have business to go on. So how long will they be able to manage this particular situation? So all these are the challenges, and that leads to a lot of depression for various people. Then OCD is obsessive compulsory disorder. Obsessive compulsion disorder, which means you have some kind of behavior which you keep on doing. It is like due to the nervousness that you are facing, like for example, you keep washing your hands. That is one kind of OCD now, actually. We keep doing something most frequently, it is called as OCD. It is obsessive compulsive disorder. That is, we are obsessed with something, and with that same practice, we keep on doing it every now and then. So now we are at home, we have a lot of time, we keep on applying face mask, it is OCD. We are at home, we have a lot of coffees, it is OCD. We are at home, we are, what do you say, keep washing our hands, it is OCD. So that is one of the, it is a disorder. It is not something which should be there. It is a disorder. The next is addiction. Addiction to alcohol, cigarettes, to drugs, to coffee, and whatever we are not supposed to do, anything, we do it in the more numbers. We call having coffee as a good reliever of stress, but only when you are really stressed up, you drink more coffee. That is also certain surveys say that. Actually, so addiction is also one of the outputs. It affects your mental health very badly, and therefore COVID-19 is one of the recent causing that on the internet. They are always browsing, playing, using the mobile, and they are not able to do other works to do. Other alternatives to works to do. So they are utilizing the mobile, their Instagram. If they are not able to do, and they don't think, what else will they do? We don't want to watch YouTube videos or whatever. So some kind of abuse is also it's high vulnerability develop psychiatric disorders. These people very quickly. These are people who are very vulnerable, who are weak in the immune system, who will get affected when some thing gets affected even to a very small extent. They want everything going in the normal way. For them, if you just disturb even slightly, they get immediately they'll go down there. There may be people who cannot stay with everybody else. They have to be alone. They have to be with the entire family. Work 24 hours of the day. Work all the days of the month. Work for 4 to 5 months of days of year. So they are really stressed out. And they could develop any kind of psychiatric disorders, which is not something which should be it should happen. So the mental health is being getting affected with respect to their low immune systems. They are highly weak and they get psychiatric. The next last is serious mental disorder like stress, like which our fellow resource person discussed on stress management. Stress could happen, and the stress could lead to anywhere. It could even, what do you say, it could even lead you to suicide. To that extent, the serious mental disorder could happen. It's not going to be addressed as like so, but all these things have disturbed the mental health because of this COVID-19. Okay, how people are feeling globally. That is what is our main question. First one is adjust. First, people are taking time to adjust to the new normal that has been presented here. It says sudden impact on relationships. First one is we have to accept. We are trying to adjust because we don't know how long this is going to go on. But we really don't know. We cannot predict what is happening around us. Therefore, we are just trying to grit our grit your teeth and sit at home. You cannot go out. You cannot drive. You cannot buy anything. You cannot go for a movie. The theaters are closed. The big hotels are closed. There were days when there was no Suzuki, no Zomato, nothing. We had to cook all the things in home. We could not buy burgers. We never had holidays, and we used to go for. Now we have holidays every day, but we're not able to go for a movie because the theaters are not there. So adjusting, we're just trying to get along with what is being the days that are going. Next is adopting. With the COVID-19 situation prolonging, people worry about finance. They prepare to plan long term and let go of heavy spending occasions. Actually, now people are very insecure. The reason, let me tell you, elder people who are getting pension are sincerely, seriously, what do you say? They are fearful that their pension may be stopped. The government has stopped has extended the year because they could not prepare, because they could not appoint new people and due to various reasons. So like that, people are now very concerned that anything might happen to them financially. The private employees working in the private organizations, they are very insecure that they may lose their job anytime. So every money that comes in, it looks very precious. So people are very scared how to go about it. And if you really want to look out for a job, you not really not know how to look out for a job at this particular time. Many people have got the offer letters from organizations, but they are being put on hold, and they are not being asked to join the organization. And if we had been trying for job opportunities abroad, now really this is a big challenging period whether we would like to go abroad at all. So like this, many things have become a question mark, and we're just trying to accept what is happening and adopting the situation and stay finance free. Don't get committed. We don't want to buy anything new. We don't want to lag in our responsibility. Even from work from home, we want to be rightly completing our responsibilities because people may remove us from the job. That kind of insecurity has started staying in everybody's mind. The last is aligning. With the acceptance of the new normal, people will move towards more long-term alignment, find new ways to manage life. Now, that is what has happened. From June 8th onwards, various organizations have been opened up, people have started going. For example, to say in Chennai, 100% the organizations have opened up, but the coronavirus level has been increasing than ever. And the state is going to be completely, the city is going to be completely sealed. So now it's being sealed, so nobody come inside Chennai or has to leave Chennai. That is the situation today in Chennai nowadays. And it is really very severe. We do not know where to go, where we will get it from. We get it from the vegetable person, selling person, or the class selling person, or from where we buy idli maavu, or where we really do not know where we will get it from. It has become such a dreadful situation. So that is what. But still, we have not shut ourselves in. We've started moving on. We've started driving. We've started going out. And the hospitals have started accommodating the patients of various diseases. So people have started going to hospitals. The laboratories have opened up too for testing of everything. And in laboratories too, this COVID, some preliminary test with respect to COVID also has become one part and parcel of their testing packages in the laboratories. So like that, many things have changed and it's going on. Okay. Emotions of the general population of the world. It has affected many people globally. Okay. It is not specific to any particular ethnicity or nationality. It has just swallowed people across the globe. And you could have come across, nowadays many messages are being repeated in WhatsApp. You could have come across about the foreign countries no more are a dreamland, but Paris is no more a romantic city. And what do you say? US is no more a dream place for the people to go and settle. That kind of uncertainty has come up. So it is not specific or particular to anybody. It is just invariably hit the various countries, and even the developed countries are really affected and struggling to cope up against this particular issue. Then people are affected by COVID-19. They feel as if they have done something wrong because we are so fearful. We really show care for them, but we don't dare to go near them because of the fear that we may get it. That is the punishment of the disease. You could have come across various videos in the TVs where the doctors haven't touched their kids for many months, where the nurses are working, they are staying in hospitals and working, haven't gone home for 2 to 3 months, and they have not seen their children. And recently, a video also was played in the news. A daughter who is 2.5 years old, she stayed at the gate. She cried, seeing her mother, who was working as a nurse, in a distance of 20 feet away, and the father took her back. That is the emotional situation which is prevailing nowadays. So where what happens is the corona affected people, they themselves are feeling that as if they have done something wrong. How such a deadly disease has come to themselves. You could have seen the pathetic situation of dead bodies being just dumped into the dug holes, which was being telecasted in TV last week in Pondicherry or somewhere. You have seen that. Around 5 to 10 dead bodies, which is kicked inside by the people, by the doctors. And that is something which should have not happened at all. So all this is, as if the person has done some big mistake. Suddenly when a person gets cancer, we say that it's a deadly disease. So like that, beyond that now, this has come out. So for cancer, they used to say, for 3 months, or if you do not get it back in 3 years or 5 years only, it is right for you. Otherwise, there is no today, there is no tomorrow, or there is no next month for you. That's what they generally tell them. But now this disease, it just follows up people just over a period of time. It has just come and it's just swallowed up 4 lakh and odd people globally in 4 to 5 months. Then these people who are affected with the disease are addressed as COVID-19 cases, victims, COVID-19 families, or the deceased. The WHO, World Health Organization, it claims that these people should not be addressed like this. They should be called as people who are affected with COVID-19, people who are undergoing treatment for COVID-19, people who underwent treatment for COVID-19. So they should not be categorized as cases, they should not be addressed as cases, and they should not be addressed as victims, and they should not be set up separately in that context. They also will recover, they will also come back to their routine lives, they will also drink coffee and have breakfast and lunch like this, like us, and live a fruitful life. So they must not be cornered. That is one thing, actually. So people again keep watching the TV or listening to continuous news of coronavirus in the TV. If you switch on, there is nothing now. Globally, the countries are not behind the share market, the countries are not behind the economic growth, the countries are not behind the educational growth, the countries are not behind anything else. Everything is COVID-19. And if now there is any news which is not talking about COVID-19, the news is not there. That is how it has become. But the people are listening to that and they're getting affected even more. They're getting tense even more. So that part has to be taken care. The next is feeling pressure at home and work. People who are at home are also pressurized, and people who are at work are also pressurized. The pressure, the intensity of pressure varies. Dependent upon the nature of the job, dependent upon the role that they play, the pressure is highly increasing. That is what is the general opinion of the people across the world. Then the healthcare workers, they are very, very unfortunate. If we had ever felt jealous of doctors and the people in the medical system so far, they are the most unfortunate people. They are neither able to deny the responsibility of taking corona patients, nor they are able to protect themselves from being affected from corona patients. And after treating them, if they go home, they cannot mingle with their families. They have to stay separately. So it is a very big challenge for them, and they are really being the affected and unfortunate people nowadays. And the last is the employees are facing chronic stress and poor mental health during this COVID-19 because of the fear of job security. They might lose the job, and they're not able to cope up with the work from home challenges. In terms of technological risk, there are people who hated computers, who did not want to do anything online, who did not like smartphones, and now those people have to sit in and listen to classes, handle classes, and do many things on online, on Zoom and various other platforms. We don't even know what such platforms are. On all such platforms they are supposed to work. Else we'll have to do it. That kind of a challenge has come up. So employees in all forms from various industries are highly stressed out. This is the situation of the people of the general population. Then, how do we now tackle this? Okay, COVID 19 has struck the countries, it is coming so the 2019, it is really going in a very fast pace. Then, how are we going to tackle it? What is the tool to tackle it? It is nothing but emotional intelligence. We said emotions are there, it is how a person is having an intense feeling towards something or somebody, whatever it is. But how are you going to handle it? So, emotional intelligence is all it. So, emotional intelligence refers to the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions. Okay. So, what is emotional intelligence? You understand your emotions, you understand the opposite person's emotions, and you try to balance between both the emotions. That is what is called as emotional intelligence. So, which means in this case, you have to rightly understand what is the situation that is prevailing, and you have to behave intelligently, emotionally intelligent. It is not enough if you are intelligent. You have to be emotionally intelligent. That is very, very important. Like how you have to not get angry at home, minimize negative emotions. We discussed that there will be positive emotions and negative human emotions in the beginning. You must minimize negative emotions. You must maintain time management at home. You must not distract the routine practices at home. See, people are arguing at home and they are shouting at one another, and there's a lot of mismatch and the interpersonal relationship at home itself is now to the zero level. That still is happening. All that has to be balanced well, and you must reduce your anger. Now, children, they don't know what to do. We just tell them keep quiet. But what do they do? Because they're not supposed to play with others, social distancing coming to picture. They're not supposed to go out, and they cannot go out or they cannot go to the ground because all the parks are being locked. So they're not supposed to play with others, and they're supposed to wear masks. And without meeting other children, they will not be able to play. And for a single child, it is even more pathetic to play even what do you say, a carom board or a chess board at home. So you need somebody else to play along with you. So like that, the children are really facing a lot of isolation at home, and they really don't know how to get along. The mothers are very pressurized; they're not able to spend time with the children. Then the fathers are very pressurized that they're not able to take care of the wife and the children because of the work from home that they are doing. So that has to be taken care. Then the parents are worried about high COVID-19 mortality. They really don't know whom it is going to affect. The husband is going out to buy vegetables and come, is buying vegetables and coming. The husband is going out for everything and coming. The wife is so upset. The people at home are very upset if something will happen to them. The mortality. The parents are really worried about the mortality. What if something happens to me? Who will take care of my family? And if something happens to my husband when he's going to buy something, so like that. The next is the arguments have to be brought down and a happy home has to be created. That is very, very important. The next is stress-free mind. That is very, very important. It actually increases your immunity level. You must be stress-free. Understand what is happening. That is what is the context we are discussing about. You understand that something called COVID-19 has come and it is happening around the world, and you have to face it, and you have to protect yourself according to that. So that is the main thing. So you have to be stress-free. Don't keep getting stressed out. Fine. You're having job insecurity. Don't worry. Let's just wait for the situation to stop, be over, and later we will get worried. Things will come back to the normal situations where August or September we got, and we will then get worried. Okay, so always there are various opportunities that are available for which we don't have to really get stressed up now itself, for which is not going to happen, and get upset about it. Then you should sleep well, exercise well, eat healthy. You can have good hobbies which we were not able to do these days. Then guide our children, take care of elders at home. Believe me, we would have not done any of this so long when we were running for our jobs. We could have really not done any of this. At least now we have the opportunity to do all this. It is a real opportunity to do all this, which we would again not get this opportunity. Believe me, once again, when you are opening up and going to the organization, you will be pressurized to work more for all the loss that has gone through these many days. So please, let's enjoy. Let's preserve every moment that we are getting now till we get back to job. Then, while anxiety and fear are understandable, building up emotional quotient is important. Okay, anxiety is understandable, fear is understandable due to the disease. Understand? There is a snake, we tell there is a snake, don't get scared. We can't do that. So it's natural that we will get scared of a snake. It is understood. But emotionally, we should be strong enough to face what is happening. So when you see a snake, it is understandable, it is sensible that we get scared. We get fear for a snake. Fine, okay. But what do? We can't cry. The snake will not understand that you're crying, it will not go out. You emotionally handle it. Emotionally handle it. Either you move away from that place or you have the smartness to kill the snake or do whatever. But emotionally handle that particular situation. The last is identify stress in an early situation and request help at the earliest situation. If you feel any abnormal stress, which you have not been feeling so far, please kindly identify it and you yourself get medicated. Okay. So these are some of the strategies handle it. Either you move away from that place or your emotional investments, insulating negative emotions, cut down your negative emotions, then facilitating positive mental health. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening over social media. So social media is one thing where the gap or the people are able to discuss with one another. Social distancing is fine. At the same time, social media is tying up everybody. It is a form of bringing people closer rather than social distancing, which is putting people apart. So let's relax. Let's not listen to the news always and get upset about it. Let's spend more time for the body and mind. Let's do yoga and let's keep our stress under control. Let's connect with people whomever we were not able to these days. Then let's set goals and priorities thereafter, whatever is possible. How are we going to go forward? Then let's focus on the facts. Okay, so the stages of emotion. I have just two or three more slides. Please do not think I'm going beyond time. Okay, so the stages of people's emotional journey since COVID-19. It started, since it started, what are the stages? The first one is disruption. It is short term. Lifestyle changes came, loss of freedom, and quarantine leave. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely wash our hands, we have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening. It is disruption, something abnormal. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely conclusion and wash our hands. How long is this? We have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening. It is disruption, something abnormal. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely conclusion and wash our hands. How long is this? We have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening. It is disruption, something abnormal. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely conclusion and wash our hands. How long is this? We have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening. It is disruption, something abnormal. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely conclusion and wash our hands. How long is this? We have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening. It is disruption, something abnormal. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely conclusion and wash our hands. How long is this? We have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform where across the world people are able to communicate with one another, they're able to discuss about one another, various official things are happening. It is disruption, something abnormal. Okay, so when the first time something like that happened, and they said we should not go out, we have to definitely conclusion and wash our hands. How long is this? We have to definitely wear a mask, and we definitely did not try. And nowadays, social media is the only platform
I'm sorry, your session is very good. Learning faculties can easily understand the global emotions of COVID-19. So this session will be very, very useful for the academicians. Again, I thank Dr. Sowmya for this presentation. Very good presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, your session is very good.